Hey guys, Animanga is back with another What If series tournament. And this one was arranged by all of us, but this theme is for Mitchell Slaughter's lore for GX. And now, the lore, let's get to it. But first, well, actually, not let's get to it. Let's first finish up Society of Light, because I said I would. So Schmaden was easily defeated just as you saw beat him at the end. Of course, the winner was the Broken Volcanic deck with the Broken Volcanic Emperor that I foolishly allowed in the tournament. I think I allowed her to have two, Firestarter. And just think, who would have thought Firestarter, of all duelists, who was trash in Duelist Kingdom and Duel Monsters series, all these tournaments later. That was like 100 tournaments ago. No, it was like 25 tournaments ago or 30 tournaments ago. And now look, she's a champ. But of course, she's not in this coming up tournament. Schmaden's easily defeated. The Light's defeated. Chancellor Kaiba X comes back. So now, here we go. Lore. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! What If series. Soulhauser Lab tournament. Winslow Kane, the first new duelist. Probably the most dangerous man working for Soulhauser, and the big bad of this tournament. He's the father of the prominent Domino City gangster Diesel Kane, even though Diesel Kane has not ever been seen in this series, and no one even knows who he is. Mitchell. Diesel Kane is not, and his name is not Diesel Kane. His name is Hiratani, or Yo-Yo Guy. I call him Yo-Yo Guy. Yo-Yo Gang Leader. But in What If series, he doesn't exist, so you will have to make that up yourself. He was never in any What If series tournament. I'm just letting you know that, and I think I let you know that before, but I'll just continue. Enough ranting from me. He is the father of prominent Domino City gangster Diesel Kane and the head of Soulhauser's space division. Winslow is jealous of NASA's space program and wants Soulhauser's to rival it, if not to exceed it. To that end, he has attempted to get his hands on Victor Gabriel's space research. He went so far as to hire assassins to off Victor, aka end him, and take the research by force. When they shot up, oh shoot, they didn't even try to duel him? No duel first, you just start shooting? That's not Yu-Gi-Oh style. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! They shot up the Gabriel family car, however, Victor wasn't in it. They ended all three people that were in it, however. Gloria Gabriel, that's Victor's wife, Angela's mother. Gerald Raziel, Wisteria's and Pearl's dad. And Clarissa Raziel, Wisteria's and Pearl's mom. Ooh, some gangster lore here. Winslow has come to Duel Academy Island to confront Victor, as well as take over the school with the help of Doof and Franz. Second new character and the second Mitchell character, Essela, or Essela Uriel. After, well, of course it's just, Alice Uriel backwards. After Margaret Mutton ditched him, Doof did the next logical thing. Clone the president's daughter. The clone named herself Essela, which is Alice backwards. Really? And put together, I was a Kaiba moment, really? And put together a Sonic deck with a lot of bird cards in it. Let me guess, a Sonic bird in it? Has to be. And Sonic Shooter. She also turned on Doof and went to Coach Uriel and Alice Uriel to tell them about the mad scientist. Michael and Alice are now gearing up to face the evils of Soulhauser. Franz Gruber. He has been in jail since the time he kidnapped Melvin and tried to ruin Michael's and Wisteria's wedding, which was back in DM. Winslow Kane bailed him out of jail and has brought him to Duel Academy Island. Franz has obtained some new god cards from Soulhauser. God cards? Though he doesn't know if the Egyptian gods that Winslow gave him are the real ones or copies that Doof made. I'm going to tell you right now, they're copies. Okay? He does not have the real gods. No one has the real gods anymore. They were pretty much sealed with Reshef. I mean, when Reshef went down, they went down. Because really no one else has used them since then. Dr. Doofenschmirtz. With Schmaden disposed of, and Kaiba X still AWOL. Actually, no, he's not. He's back now. Winslow Kane puts Doof in charge of Duel Academy. Ooh, this is going to be some sparks flying here. This ain't going to work. Kaiba X is going to come back, and he's going to tell him. He's going to tell... he's going to throw Doof out of the dang office. Okay. Sorry. Kane puts Doof in charge of Duel Academy as Soulhauser begins its takeover of the school and the island. Doof did not want to be the acting chancellor, figuring his boss would have declared himself the new chancellor. He takes on the role reluctantly. He wants to seek out Margaret and Ursula so he can force them to work for him. But I love how you use the backwards name style like I do in Tag Force. It's kind of creative, I guess. Or either copy. I can't tell which. But Margaret is hiding at the amusement park. And Ursula, who has all of Alice's spy knowledge, is coming to take Doof, Franz, and Winslow down. Alice Uriel, the reverse of Ursula. A girl looking like an inverted version of Alice approached the Uriel siblings and informed them that evil scientists from Soulhauser are on the island. Noticing Winslow Kane among the Soulhauser people, Michael went to protect Victor from Winslow. Alice went with Ursula to confront Doof. I have to always stop myself around Ursula and make sure I say it right. Along the way, Alice spotted a girl in the forest who looked like a friend she made when she infiltrated the Duelist Kingdom tournament. What? I told you they're not friends, Mitchell. But yet you still ignore my wishes. I created Firestarter. That is my character. You did not ask my permission. Or did you? I don't remember if you did or not, but I definitely didn't say yes. Whatever. I'm just going to read it. It's your tournament. Spotted a girl in the forest who looked like a friend she made when she infiltrated the Duelist Kingdom tournament. But said friend vanished after the tournament, and Alice never saw her again. Alice decides to worry about this later and focus on dealing with Soulhauser now. Now, that's all of Mitchell's 5. Lego Man's 5. Zachary Adachi, and oh my gosh, the new face for him is psychotic. Zachary has been heard ranting like a madman in his dorm room after once again losing so quickly in his most recent tournament performance. That was a mouthful. Woof. He keeps talking to himself about getting what he deserves and showing these simpletons what an Adachi can really do. What's more, various uninvited guests have seemingly started hiding out around the island and bear the mark of the Adachi Yakuza clan. It's getting kind of worrying, and other Obelisk Blues have mentioned fearing for their safety. Oh, come on. There have been far greater threats than a few little rinky-dink mob members. Give it up. Losing a few fingers compared to losing your soul, nothing. There's no comparison. Morgan Rosewood. Morgan tagged along with Justice's dinner date, claiming that it was just for the free food. She didn't seem too shocked when the Soulhauser invasion began, but just disappointed she has to get involved. In the previous invasions, she was just relaxing in her room, or the card shop, and watching YouTube videos on her phone. Is YouTube a thing? Or we just call it YugiTube in this world? Or Kaiba Corp Tube. He probably controls everything like Disney. But now, she has to help duel against these enemies. She considers it such a drag, and is heard muttering to herself, "This is the last time I accept an invitation from him." Oh, who am I kidding? He knows how to pick great spots. Paul, Professor Paul, to you. Paul has been continuing to test his new deck and think up strategies with it after its successful performance before. Oh, please tell me we have more juicy lore between him and Crowler. I love the rivalry with them. What? Ever since Crowler read his bio, why can't I say it? His rap sheet to hire him. While doing so, he ended up dueling against a Duel Academy student. The girl was some sort of psychic deck. Ooh, new character. He found she had promising potential. Did he lose or win? Tell me, did he lose or win? But her mind is clearly troubled. So after he works to stop this invasion, he plans to start assisting her how he can. After all, as one of the teachers here, it's his job to prepare these students for their futures. Dang right. Michi Takahashi. She's obelisk blue now. Michi was initially brought along for Justice's dinner date, albeit largely because Jordan insisted she come with them. However, she was feeling very left out thanks to Jordan's focus on solely impressing Justice. She was almost relieved when the Soulhauser invasion started and gave them reason to cut the date short. Soon enough, however, the stress of helping fight off the invasion caught up to Michi, and she ended up finally letting loose all of her feelings of frustration that had been building up thanks to being unintentionally neglected by the only close human friend she had for years, Lego Man. Put a few little breaks in there. Ooh, okay. Calm down. However, along the way, she accidentally revealed something she hadn't intended to ever tell Jordan, that she's in love with her. Boom, boom, boom! I can't believe it. I never knew that was coming. Dang you. Okay, you tricked me. I'd never knew that was coming. Next new character from Lego Man. Or I think this was this one the combination of Lego Man and Jamie Jams? Because he has 6 characters and Jamie only has 4 this time. This is Rika. Rika comes from a family of musicians who have put a lot of pressure on her to succeed and live up to their name. Because of that, she's often confrontational and rude to others out of an extreme fear of failure. She's part of a choir that... She's part of a choir that includes the girl she views as the biggest challenge to her success, Melody. Aha. She sees these invaders as getting in her way and is prepared to fight back against them if she must. Next new character from Lego Man. Melody Foster. A cheerful girl who adores singing and dueling, viewing them both as her favorite hobbies. However, she isn't sure which one she'd want to try to go with if she had to pick one. Part of a choir group with Rika, and is completely oblivious of the other girl's view of her. In fact, she views Rika as her best friend and looks up to her a lot. Well, I'm telling you, that's one way. That only goes one way because she does not like you. Melody also has a tendency to zone out when others are talking to her, leading to her missing proper timing in duels frequently. She doesn't understand why this island keeps getting invaded, but she knows she can't just hide under her bed like she did during the past incidents. So, she's going to have to get involved. Ooh. Alright, now we're on to Serenity Spider Monkeys 5. And she has pretty short lore for, he has pretty short lore for these, Serenity Spider Monkey. Nozomi. Nozomi's ice cream truck breaks down on the island? How's that? You have an ice cream truck on the island? How did you get it here? Suddenly she blacks out and wakes up in wherever this tournament is taking place. Even Serenity doesn't know where the heck this is going. I think this is like the lab where the thumbnail Mitchell gave me is the lab from season 3, right? That Viper used. And I guess it was the lab that they did experiments with the monkey on in season 1. But they reused it. I think that was the lore in GX, was reused for Viper later on, right? I think that was the lore in the OG GX. Anyway, that's hilarious the way you worded that, Serenity. She tries to repair the truck while dueling anyone who comes by. Offers ice cream to Hayden, Chaco Kid, and Avery. Man, Serenity's cast of characters are so they just do so many off the wall things. You never know what they're gonna do. That's what their characters always like to me. It's just very interesting. I don't know what they'll ever do. Hayden. Hayden, feeling a sudden surge of anger, wants to beat up anyone who crosses her path or looks at her the wrong way. Elf Valkyria is scared of her. Avery. Avery Kawhi. Or this is Avery Kawhi, yeah. Avery wants to protect Lexi and her dual spirit from Hayden's rage. Quite short, but sweet. There we go. Choco Kid. Choco Kid tags along to help Avery and to study the science behind strawberry lemonade sherbet ice cream after Genie. You even put in Genie for me. You thought I was gonna mess up again? Not this time. Gave him some of their first unofficial date. So I gave him some on their first unofficial date. And a brand new character, which has technically Serenity's had this character given to me for like 2 months or something. Here they are. Muriel Reynolds. Yes, the namesake of Muriel from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh my. Muriel is sent by Shinsuke Reynolds to make sure Choco Kid doesn't make it back to Genie. Ooh. Spooky. I feel like she could be very good Halloween. What episode was this from? Oh man, I'm trying to think. It was where she was taken over. This wasn't the demon in the mattress one, because she was green in that one. Which one was this one? She was taken over by someone. She was controlled or something. I can't remember. She was only mean like a couple times in the entire show, because that was her thing, was being nice. You know, dang. And her thing was always saying, oh my. Dang it. Okay, well, you could probably tell me, Serenity, since you pulled it from the episode. Next is Jamie Gems 4. Justice. To make up for all the trouble we caused during Society of Light. You're technically already made up for it by beating the brakes off of Schmade and Schmooky. We won't be seeing them for a while. He's like hanging in the dumpster somewhere, all dirtied up because he was in all white. He decided to take his girls and mother out for a dinner date. Even Luna and Anya are here, even though they are not in the tournament. But of course, he can't catch a break and has to pick up his dual disc to fight another evil. That's, the life of the main character, dude. That's the problem with being the main character. You always got to be ready. That was the joke they did in Duel Monsters. Yugi always is saving the world. That's how it always is. And it always will be. Has to pick up his dual disc to fight another evil. At least he's not part of it this time. True, he's not evil this time. Queen Victoria, or Professor Victoria. Not lost in the library? Good. Was at dinner with Justice and the girls when they heard about the wacko scientist. Grabs her dual discs, knowing once again she needs to stop an evil. Are you sure it's not just dual disc? Wonders what Angelica was doing in the royal vault. Ooh. Jordan. Jordan was extremely stunned by Michi's confession of love to her, but even more stunned by her revealing how neglected she felt amidst Jordan's many instances of trying to impress Justice. Jordan feels horrible about it, considering how long Michi and her have known each other. She gave Michi a kiss and told her that after this invasion, they'd figure out what to do together as a way of making sure Michi doesn't feel neglected again. Sky. Sky is a new deck, by the way. Sky was enjoying the date, even though Justice's mom was kind of third-wheeling. Well, she's kind of ditzy sometimes. But when she heard about the scientist, she got upset. She's just happy that Justice is normal now and is fighting the good fight. Main character stuff. And now we're on to my 5. Novo Young. After getting finally trounced by a superior duelist in the finals of last tournament, Novo undergoes a realization and training arc. Lee Go pats him on the back and tells him, see, you lost. And you know what? It's not the end of the world. And now he understands this. So he undergoes a training arc, including building up his new deck with the help of Yuma Nakamura before she disappeared, because she disappeared in this lore, and Lee Go guiding him as well with his deck building. He feels he may be able to help stop this new menace to the Academy and hopefully impress his idol while doing so. Very grateful to all his friends for helping him. Still keeps his duel spirit handy with him in his deck. He has to. It's just his duel spirit. He has to. But he definitely has a new deck. So let's see how you do, Nova. Professor Keith. A little pissed off that he was busy grading papers when the vampires in Society of Light attacked the Academy. The only thing that made him feel better was giving every student in his entire class an F. Dweebs. Only students he passed with an A was Zachary Adachi and Justice, because he saw they had potential when they cheated on certain tests. He noticed their potential. He was basically sleeping in the chair the whole class, except when he noticed cheating, and he would like lower his glasses like, nice work, kid. And then he'd put his glasses back up and taking off his boots and sleeping. Anyway, so since he figured out they cheated, he knew they cheated, he saw it. And now he's just itching to demoralize some little dweebs and stop this science plot. Let's go, Professor Keith. I had Professor Wheeler in the vampire attack. I had a Professor Keith now. They are the expert big-time professors that were hired for the Academy. Bastion Misawa, not controlled by the light anymore. After waking up from the influence of the light, after getting obliterated, Bastion has, by the way, by Zane, Bastion has decided to return to his old science deck. Has now found himself a new idol, Dr. Doofenschmirtz. Dang, that is a low-tier idol, but well done, Bastion. You know what? He's not a bad duelist in this series. With his new deck he was, but his old deck was great. So, Professor Sartier, just happy to finally be back in a tournament and semi-relevant again. Poor Sartier. Doesn't like the weird things with the lab on the island. Petitioned for its removal months ago, and originally when they had the teacher meeting, wanted a soup stand put in there. Of course, no one voted for him at all. Crowler didn't vote for him, Fonda didn't vote for him, none of them voted for him. But now he will fight to get what he wants. So he thinks if he saves the day and rids the Academy of this lab, he will get a soup stand put there. He is a little delusional, but that makes it more fun. Chancellor Kaiba X. Having returned to the Academy right after the Lights attack, he sees Dr. Doofenschmirtz in his chair. Although he seems not to care, which is very weird. He usually would have just kicked him out through the window. So the Chancellor seems off, like he's being controlled somehow. It's almost like he's not in his own mind at all. What could have happened? He starts randomly lashing out at students on the island without even really saying much, and tried to duel and defeat everyone in his way. So he wants to defeat everyone right now. He's a little gone off the wacko end. He's gone off the deep end. So anyway, there we have it. That's your 25 duelists. The only interesting thing about this is Lego Man has 6 characters and Jamie Jams has 4. But really they share one, so they technically still have 5 and 5. So I hope you guys will enjoy this tournament. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Channel's name's Animanga. See you soon. Bye.